What if everything you've been told about power, faith, and reality was missing one crucial piece? What if there's a single verse, not preached from pulpits or printed on coffee mugs, that could unlock the code behind your life's deepest patterns? This verse isn't popular, not because it lacks meaning, but because it's too powerful to be used blindly. Misused, it becomes superstition. Used consciously, it becomes transformation. Across time, sacred texts have been reshaped, filtered, or erased. But some truths are like seeds, buried, yet destined to rise again. In the shadows of lost scrolls and burned manuscripts lies a fragment of ancient light, words attributed to Jesus of Nazareth, but hidden by history, politics, and fear. This verse wasn't designed to be repeated like a charm. It was meant to be lived, felt, and embodied. It speaks of a kingdom, but not a place, not heaven after death, not a temple built with hands. It whispers of a reality within and around you, one that responds not to your wishes, but to your frequency. A kingdom not ruled, but awakened. A place not to escape to, but to return from. Few truly understand what that means. Even fewer live by it. This verse calls us out of passive belief and into divine authorship. It defies the idea of salvation as something handed down, or reality as something done to us. Instead, it reveals the kingdom is inside you and outside of you. Those are not just poetic words. They are instructions for how to engage with life itself. And once you begin to see, not just hear, but truly see, what these words mean, nothing remains the same. Because if the kingdom is within you, then you were never waiting for a miracle. You were the miracle waiting to be activated. This verse, the kingdom is inside you and outside of you, doesn't come from the traditional Bible you'll find in most churches. It's found in what many call the Lost Gospel of Thomas, a text so radical, so direct, that religious institutions once decided it was too dangerous to preserve. It was hidden, banned, even burned. But truth, when real, doesn't die. It waits. The Gospel of Thomas is not a narrative, it's a list of sayings. Sayings attributed to Jesus, stripped of miracles, stripped of religion. Only essence remains. And at the top of this list is a key teaching that reframes everything we think we know. The power to shape reality doesn't lie in heaven, in a priest, or in a ritual. It lies within your awareness. This teaching wasn't just forgotten, it was removed. Because it empowers the individual. It bypasses hierarchy. It challenges the belief that salvation must come through an external gatekeeper. And it aligns seamlessly with metaphysical principles. That vibration, intention, and consciousness create the outer world. That belief is not submission, it's creation. The ancient mystics knew this. From Egypt to India, from Hermetic texts to Eastern philosophies, the same truth echoes. As within, so without. But what makes Jesus' version so powerful is how human and divine it feels at once. He speaks not like a distant prophet, but as someone who remembers what we've forgotten, that we are not victims of life, but participants in its design. To use this verse is not to quote it, it's to embody it. To realize that when you shift your internal vibration, the outer world follows. It means your health, your finances, your relationships are not random. They are mirrors of the unseen energy you carry. That's not religion. That's the blueprint of power the world tried to bury. When Jesus said, "The kingdom is inside you and outside of you," he wasn't being poetic. He was describing a spiritual technology, a structure of consciousness that governs your reality whether you believe it or not. The kingdom isn't a faraway paradise, it's a vibrational state, a field of potential that reflects your internal world like a perfect mirror. This is where ancient spirituality meets modern metaphysics. Your thoughts, your beliefs, and the emotional frequencies you carry all emit a vibrational code. That code is read by the field around you, and reality responds accordingly. Most people believe they're reacting to life, but the deepest secret is life is reacting to you. To awaken the kingdom within is to take back authorship. It means recognizing that every circumstance, even the painful ones, is part of a feedback loop between your inner and outer worlds. And the more unconscious you are of what you're carrying inside, the more chaotic that reflection becomes. But once you become aware, the shift begins. You are not just a soul experiencing a body. You are a field of energy influencing the quantum fabric around you. Every time you align with love, clarity, purpose, gratitude, you rise in frequency. And the kingdom becomes visible. The more fragmented, angry, or fearful your vibration is, the more the world mirrors confusion. This is not karma. This is co-creation. Jesus' teaching is not passive. It's an invitation. He didn't say, pray for the kingdom. He said it's already here, inside, outside, waiting for you to wake up. The moment you stop searching for God outside yourself, you meet the divine where it always was, in you. And from that place, everything you create becomes sacred. Know yourself, and you will be known, and you will realize you are the children of the living Father. These aren't just mystical words. They're a map, a direct invitation to look inward, beyond roles, beyond names, beyond trauma, and into your original state. Jesus isn't pointing to a doctrine, he's pointing to your essence, the part of you untouched by fear, status, or story. Self-knowledge isn't intellectual, it's energetic. To know yourself is to observe the subtle vibrations that shape your choices, your patterns, your relationships. It's to become so familiar with your inner world that nothing within you operates unconsciously anymore. From that space, the world outside bends because it no longer controls you. This isn't abstract philosophy. It's practical metaphysics. A person unaware of their inner landscape becomes a magnet for chaos, reacting, blaming, spiraling. But someone who truly knows themselves develops a calm power. They begin to respond instead of react. They start to choose instead of chase. And most importantly, they begin to create from clarity. Jesus' warning is sharp. If you don't know yourself, you will live in poverty. That poverty isn't just financial. It's emotional, spiritual, mental. It's the state of feeling like life is happening to you instead of through you. And the cost of that ignorance is high. Lost years, broken cycles, repeated pain, all because you forgot who you really are. But the inverse is just as powerful. The more you remember your nature, the more your reality transforms. This is not about ego. It's about essence. To know yourself is to know that the divine doesn't live in the clouds. It lives where your awareness rests. And once you anchor into that truth, fear loses its grip, and you become unstoppable. Once you realize the kingdom is within you, and that knowing yourself is the key to unlocking it, there's no turning back. The illusion of being a victim begins to dissolve. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And instead begin to ask, what am I emitting that life is reflecting back? This is where transformation becomes unshakable, not through belief, but through embodiment. You are not just a participant in reality. You are a projector. Every emotion, every story you repeat, every identity you wear becomes part of the hologram you call life. That's not a metaphor. It's how vibrational law works. What you carry inside becomes the frequency the universe responds to, not because it's moral or fair, but because it's magnetic. Jesus, Buddha, and many awakened masters didn't come to start religions. They came to remind us of something forgotten. The true power doesn't lie in worship, it lies in awakening. And awakening doesn't mean escaping the world, it means reclaiming your role in it, consciously. You go from being a creation to being a creator. This isn't instant magic, it's consistent inner work. But each time you choose awareness over reaction, presence over programming, you shift the timeline of your life. You begin to create from intentional energy, not inherited fear. The world still moves, storms still come, but your center holds. And from that stillness, your reality begins to mirror a new truth. You were never meant to live small, stuck, or silenced. The verse says, the kingdom is inside you, not outside, not later, not if you're good enough. now. And the more you accept this truth, the more you shape the world from that truth, not as someone lost in the crowd, but as a conscious architect of your own reality.